All right, so I got 3 minutes, so I'm going to go 3 minutes, so I'll go fast and furious because I love to talk, and then if it gets down to it, I'll just hit the nos at the end to finish out strong. Just kidding. Anywho, so I'm Pastor CJ, if you don't know me, and the other day I was looking at this clip. It was like a National Geographic clip, and it showed this video of this hornet, and he had gotten into a honeybee nest. And so he actually caught one of the honeybees and he started to kill it and destroy it. And then all of a sudden, when that happened, the honeybee released some kind of pheromones or something. And then all of a sudden, all these other honeybees, like swarms of them, gathered around the hornet. And you're asking, well, why would it gather around the hornet? Why wouldn't it? And so what happened was it gathered all around the hornet and they all began to flap their wings. And so a hornet does not do well in heat. And so what the honeybees were doing was they were actually generating heat. And they generated so much heat that they actually started to cook the hornet that had attacked one of their own family members. And it literally killed the hornet inside its nest. And so it's things like that God talks to me in different ways. It's just by clips or things people say, or, I'm a big illustration guy. So anytime there's illustrations or things, I like to, God usually speaks to me there. And so it says in the Bible, in the book of John, chapter 10, it says, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, the problem is when the hornet came into the nest, there was only one bee around that it got its hands on. The family, the others around, were not there to help protect it. But I'll tell you what. Once that hornet got a hold of that bee and the other bees around found out that it was hurting or trying to take away or do something to one of their family members, they all stepped in and supported and attacked that hornet. And a lesson to learn, even when we're going through discipleship together or groups or something like that, is that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but he primarily likes to do that when we're feeling alone or when we're by ourselves. And so discipleship together and this journey we're taking in small groups and coming to church, it's not just so that you can come around and say hey to people and act like everything's okay, but it says in the Bible that God comes to bring life and life more abundantly. And so the enemy comes to steal, God comes to give. The enemy comes to kill, God brings us new life. The enemy comes to destroy, and God is constantly rebuilding and making things new. So if you come to this church and you feel alone, please get plugged in somewhere, talk to someone, because I see us as a group of, honeybees, where the enemy tries to take one of us out or maybe steal our joy or put things in our mind or try to tell us or mess with our identity. But when you're in that group of 4 or 5 other people and the enemy's telling you something, you have those other family members that are going to go, hey, you know what? No, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Don't let the enemy take that joy from you. Or the enemy may try and tempt you or something, and the other people gathered around will say, hey, no, you don't need to be diving into that stuff. God has better plans for your life. So all that to say is that if you're with a group or other people, even you go all the way back to the Garden of Eden, the enemy spoke to Eve, and then Eve went over to Adam. So he tries to get us by ourselves to tempt us and get us to fall. But I'll tell you what, when you're with a family of believers and a church family, we can stand firm in our faith and we can help encourage each other. Oh, did good. 3 minutes. I did it. All right. Thank you.
Wow.